Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So obviously Worlds is now right around the corner. We are just a couple of weeks away. I still honestly haven't seen if there is official dates announced for like the group draws or the play-in draws or even when the event is going to be held or anything like that just yet. I know there is a lot of issues going around, obviously moving it from China to Iceland or to wherever it ends up being in Europe. So I still don't know. People keep asking like, oh, when's this? When's that? Like, I don't even know if we have the official dates and anything yet, but it's coming up soon. You know, it's going to be like late September, early October. It's going to go into early November. It's going to be very, very hype and very, very exciting. You know, they're still obviously working out all the logistics, working out everything to get the talent there, the production, the players, the staffs, everything in place and make it all safe. But unfortunately today, again, with Worlds right around the corner, we received, I think, some pretty bad news. I don't know, maybe some people will not really care that much, but we got a big update surrounding Captain Flowers and his participation in the 2021 World Championships. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all our latest content. We're very, very close to hitting 8,000 subscribers. That would be very, very exciting. A big goal of mine is hitting 10,000 before the end of the year. To get to 10, you got to get to 8. Also, consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamGerm. I would appreciate it a ton. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, again, I've been very, very critical of the LCS, the North American production, for really the last couple of years, but I think this year specifically, I guess the last 2 years specifically during the COVID times, have been extra bad. I don't think they have a lot of broadcast talent. I don't think people have a lot of charisma. I don't think people are that interesting, and I think it has really, really shown in the LCS broadcast. I think it has been a pretty lackluster product. It has been a pretty bad product, but I think one guy who is very, very talented, who the LCS has been very, very lucky to have, has been Captain Flowers himself, and that's why I was very, very upset to see this tweet today where Captain Flowers tweeted out, he will not be doing Worlds 2021. And initially, where everyone's going to kind of go is like, what the heck is going on? Why is he not going to be doing Worlds? There has been, I believe, some kind of, you know, bad blood or whatever, some negativity between him and Riot, or him and the LCS before. I don't remember exactly what happened. I don't remember if he overslept for a cast, if he like missed a game or something like that. And then I know everyone kind of goes back to when Zyrene like overslept, got, you know, and then he ended up being gone from the LCS. He ended up never coming back, and obviously he hasn't worked with Riot or the production ever since then. And I can't remember exactly what happened with Captain Flowers, but I know there is something going on, and people are wondering, like, oh, is he not going to be able to attend Worlds? Is Riot not letting him go? Or did they not pick him? But no, that is not actually what happened, but he did post his tweet longer that we can take a look at. I can blow it up a little bit, I think. Here we go. Let me make sure it's not covered up. It's a little bit covered up, but I'll read it. He said, I will not be doing Worlds 2021. I will not be part of the 2021 Worlds on-air team. This wasn't a quick decision made between summer finals and now. It's been on my mind nonstop for over a month. Riot's plan was always to have casters in Berlin if possible, so the event shifting from China to EU actually doesn't make a difference. So that's kind of interesting there, that even when Worlds was going to be in China, Riot was still going to have the staff in EU. I think that sucks a little bit. Like, if it would have been in China, I think not having the broadcast staff on site definitely makes for a worse product. So hopefully it'll be cool. Hopefully they'll, you know, be able to be on site in Iceland or in EU, wherever it ends up being. Because that's way more cool, having like the interviews with the players there, getting to actually see the stuff, you know, having the casters with the whole stadium and everything. I think that's way cooler. Not that it would have been that big of a deal. Obviously, you're watching for the gameplay at the end of the day, but I think it makes for a better experience. He said, Riot isn't keeping me out or blocking me. Obviously, he felt the need to address that because, again, I think that's where a lot of people's minds are going to go right away, because this is something that people bring up a lot when Captain Flowers is talked about, when negative stuff happens. He says that they wanted him on the show and he wanted to be a part of it. However, he's been pretty open these past few years about how poorly he's been doing overall. His physical and mental health are both a long way from where he'd like them to be. He still never gets enough sleep. He hasn't been able to motivate himself to get back in the gym since everything first shut down. That's something I know a lot of people can relate with. Definitely not a, nothing unique to him there. He lost all momentum with personal stream, and he loves making content as a creative outlet. These things might seem like, well, just do it then, but for whatever reason, his brain doesn't work like that, and it's very much not how he wants it to be. So again, how does this relate to Worlds? It's an all-encompassing event where you're working it, and it lasts for over a month. I mean, yeah, if he has to go to Europe, you're leaving your home, you're leaving your apartment, you're leaving your life behind. And even though, yeah, you know, it's not like Worlds is a 24/7 event or anything like that, but then still you're somewhere new. How many of us travel internationally? You know, it's not, obviously it's not a vacation, it's a business trip, but how many of us, if we had to, you know, fly halfway across the world, would still be working out, would still be streaming after work, would still be doing their normal daily routine? Like, no. You're probably going to develop some bad habits. You're probably going to get out of the normal swing of things and stuff like that. So I definitely understand where Captain Flowers is coming from here. It would definitely be a very, very big commitment. Now, obviously, most people are willing to make that big commitment to cast Worlds, to help build their brand, to help get Riot, you know, this whole thing done, also to travel to a new location. But it's like, you know, Captain Flowers has already done all this stuff a little bit. He already has a huge brand. He's already a huge name. And I'm sure he really wants to go. You know, he's saying he wanted to cast it, but at the end of the day, just making kind of a personal decision. The schedule usually flips everything upside down, and it's hard to have much of a life outside of Worlds. These changes are harder for some people than others, and he's always been one of the people who doesn't adapt well. Even before the shutdown in 2020, international events were largely remote for on-air talent, and it's always been tough for him. Previously, he played around an imaginary version of himself that could deal with all of it. He'd tell himself, it's okay, this month will be rough, then you'll go right back to normal, which, you know, I think is a fair point. I mean, that is what would happen. But he said things never got back to normal. He struggles a lot with the upside-down schedule and just feeling super exhausted all the time. That bleeds over even after the event concludes, and he ends up in a downward spiral of an increasingly self-destructive mental state. With the current state of everything in the world, I usually, that only gets more extreme. I truly believe that if I do Worlds this year, it will leave me in a really bad place in terms of being able to take care of myself and move forward with my own goals afterwards. And then we'll skip to the end where he just says, all my love and support for everyone on the show this year. I hope we get some amazing games in a 5-game world final. I did actually want to talk about this part. He actually does say that he doesn't plan on completely disappearing for the rest of the year. He's going to keep streaming. He won't be watching Worlds because he doesn't want to ruin his sleep schedule. If you don't know, you know, the NA schedule for Worlds is going to be terrible. It's going to be like, you know, middle of the night or super early in the morning. So his plan is to wake up in normal NA hours, ignore social media, and then stream back the previous day's games as a rebroadcast for everyone who can't easily catch it live. And I think that is actually going to be very, very popular because, again, this is tough for people in NA like me who have normal, like, 9-to-5 jobs. I work 7 to 5, but it's very, very tough to ruin your sleep schedule because then you're jeopardizing your work or your career or whatever. You know, some people can watch the games at work, some people can't. You know, it's going to be a tough thing. So, you know, other people, if they choose to ignore social media, ignore game results, and then be able to watch all the games casted by Captain Flowers on stream, I think that's going to be pretty cool. I think that's going to be a good deal. I think overall he is, you know, making a good decision in the end. Now, is he going to be able to do, you know, that's a pretty big thing, streaming back all the games every single day. Is he going to be able to keep that up for the entire Worlds event? You know, he's talking about his health and his schedule and all that stuff. I don't know. We'll see, but it sounds like a cool idea. It sounds like it'll help build up his stream, his you know, Twitch and all that stuff, which will be cool for him. So at least he's making something positive out of this whole thing. But I am disappointed. I think Captain Flowers is one of the best casters in the world, in all of esports. I think Worlds is worse off without him, and I'm just very, very nervous and very, very scared to see who they're going to replace him with. It's probably going to be somebody from North America, and that is scary to me because there's not a lot of good options in that boat. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Captain Flowers out at Worlds. He will not be going. He will not be casting, but he's not disappearing. He's going to be, you know, streaming all this stuff. So if you want to get your Captain Flowers fixed, you still can. Definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. Who do you think should replace Captain Flowers as a caster at Worlds? You know, he's been an iconic guy, but there's some other big names out there as well. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.